Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on WINNMedia 98.9.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your fave, Kevon and Azem.
That's me.
Featuring Jade. Gwen Johnson.
Hi.
Crass and crude. Big up yourself.
Crass and crude.
Morning.
Always and forever.
Mornings.
Is I. Kevon. We missed you yesterday, sir.
Yeah.
Missed you.
Have no fear, for I am here.
Indeed. Welcome back.
Kevon, I don't like how you keep abandoning the glasses crew, you know.
It's some contacts, man.
I realize you want to be a hot boy today. You brush up your beard and your eyebrow and pop in your contacts. But you're about to pull out your glasses?
No.
Oh, you're about to
the contacts. I don't like how you're bullying Kevon.
I didn't bully him.
You bully him. You bully him.
She bully me.
The man done into his contact vibe. You're gonna me like how you're manning it. Me like how you're manning it.
No, wait now with some locks to, you know.
To be what? To be fully in the crew?
Yeah, like we're gonna work on it. I see some on Amazon. I got you. There we go.
But you cut out one the other day, so we could start with one. Let me just do
Actually,
one in the back.
It was two.
Cut out to what?
Well, then let me do the two in the back and then
braids over my locks.
Yeah.
When I was taking them out, I accidentally snipped over my locks.
Oh my gosh, my condolences.
Boy, it's okay. They're going back in.
Okay.
I know to put them back in. I'm just lazy.
Bye. I trim my.
I tell you, give me. Let me.
No, because you only gonna have say two long ones in the back.
Yeah, right there. And pat them and twist them.
Let's not.
Yeah, nice.
Let's not do that.
No, like you don't see the old man with the little.
Right, them old man, not Kevon.
He can start young.
Is that start?
Yeah, by the time he's old age, just swinging on the floor.
But I trimmed my hair not this weekend, like last weekend. Yeah, last weekend, and it's every time I do it, it's it's a traumatic experience.
So is it you choose to trim it because you don't want it a certain length, or you choose to trim it to keep it healthy?
Both, a bit of both. Like basically, once it gets to a point where I'm like almost sitting on it, then I trim it.
Just now
My hair goes fast, so like usually I trim it maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah, mine goes very fast. But I trimmed mine for health and because I needed them to look proper in my braids. So They're going to go back here.
Yeah, yeah.
They go fast anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't I let people do what they want with their head, man.
Me too.
So fun fact, I've actually tried to do locks 3 times and I quit every time.
You need to do the instant ones.
He's a hot guy.
Yeah, no,
But-
because for me it's like I don't mind, but then it just get to this point where you can't do nothing with it, and I don't
That's
like
why
that.
you have to do
I
the
just
instant
quit.
ones. Because I did this. Well, I tried. This is the second time that my hair has been locked. The first time it was when I was pregnant and I work out, main dealing with them. So I tried to lock them, and for the whole 9 months they still didn't lock. So I was like, you know what? There has to be an easier way to do this. And I went by Rasnaki, big up Rasnaki one time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she did her instant lock thing, and now,
Good to go.
Watch it. Kevon,
yes.
if you see how Jade almost leak out me eye with your locks, right?
You have on your glasses, your eyes protected.
That's what I'm telling you, thank God. But yeah, big up all the locticians, big up all the lock wearers. You guys are the real MVPs.
Yeah. Selassie, God bless you.
Kudos to y'all for real.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
people feel like, and people feel like locks is this lazy, dirty thing.
Mm-mm.
Locks
Let me tell
are
you something.
actually way more high maintenance than your regular
Bro,
hairstyle.
okay.
I wouldn't say that, but it is.
For men, because men options are pretty much low here. Like men,
Basically.
like men would literally
Yeah,
go in the
yeah.
shower and just take their bar soap and rub it in their head.
Let me tell you something. I cut my hair once and I understood fully why y'all felt like this, because water
Freedom.
next
Freedom.
Yeah.
That had to be like the most.
Imagine you you put your head under the shower and the water instantly reaches the rest of your body.
Let me tell you something.
There's no delay.
I literally could have feel the wind beneath my hair on my scalp. Boy, I see why people have low haircuts, okay? It just wasn't
Yeah.
for me because I look like a pit bull. Head too big for that. Yeah, head too big for that. I know what for me, and that's not for me.
I feel you.
That is not for me.
Hey, Gwen just out here like breaking hearts now with your locks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, all the rest of them hit me up. I need to complete my transition.
Rasta
No,
loving.
Yeah, all I need is a Rasta man now.
Watch you. Actually, it's something when you carry yourself a certain way and then you with all genuineness and genuinity. What the word is?
Man, I can just go with this,
Oh, you messed me up.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Genuinity?
being able to say.
It's incorrect. And
Anyway, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But when you feel it deep down in your soul and you watch your partner and call her Empress,
Telling you, Empress. Is that what do?
just point this one now.
Okay. See, telling you.
But yeah, big up all the lock wearers, man. Locks of love.
Anywho, it's Thursday. We had an intro for Thursday?
No, it's just time to grind.
Time to grind some gears.
Yes. What pissed off the nation this week? Anybody, if y'all are upset, if y'all have any
Emmanuel.
gripes, call us. What is the number to call? 466-9.
Emmanuel is my gear.
But we got really learn that number.
What the number is for you? 9.
Why is it just not stuck on this?
I know.
Like, we need to fix that.
We've been here so long and we still ain't learn the number.
I want to believe it was there stuck when we
Because
came
we
up.
ain't calling, so I have it written down. Hold one moment.
Yes, please give the nation
But
the number to call if they
My
upset.
gear to grind in the meantime is Emmanuel.
Put in the chat.
Reason is because now he had me feeling some type of way that my background is bland, so I've since created an office.
Listen, this
Oh.
morning, right? I was like, Kevon in the library.
As a matter of fact, I thought you just had moved to a new place in the spaceship. I didn't know that.
It's a virtual library.
Oh, hey, the kind of technology you have in space, right?
Amazing.
Right?
Because
I have a few. So
yes, he flashed. You just disappear.
I've created a few for
Oh,
him because he told me off.
We have
so.
to layer create an island one, so
That's good. Okay.
you can't. What do you mean?
See.
The technology won't allow it. I like this one. It matches the aesthetic of Island Tea with the flowers. Stay here. Yeah, stay in this dimension.
My clock wrong. My clock backwards, no?
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's space time.
Okay.
But yes, find the number so people can call us and go in their gears because I'm pretty sure they're upset about
yes.
something this week. What
Don't
upset
forget,
you guys this week? Let us know.
A
So
bunch of things
the
upsetting me.
numbers to call, if you are calling
Let's call
from
them today.
the Federation,
Bruh,
you can
you're
call
thinking of-
466-0989, 662-0989, 762-0989. If you're calling from the US, you can call 718-285-6984 or 305-921-4619. If you're calling from the UK, that's a very long number.
Also, you can, comment your gripe on the live, YouTube and
Yes,
Facebook.
you can
We will read
put
it
your-
aloud.
put your gears to grind on.
Actually, I
the
mean, reading
live
it if
and
it's
you
like
read it.
if it's like 20 sentences, condense your gripe.
Listen, and
No,
when
but
you
you have to
call, make
express
sure
it
you have
sometimes.
your points together, okay? I am known for hanging up on people, apparently.
Apparently,
Apparently.
never seen it myself.
Neither
but
have I. However, keep it concise.
I'm
And
precise.
thank you. So, who wants to go first? Because nothing pissed me off this week that I can think about off the top of my head.
Well, I have many gripes, but one in particular that I want to speak about because I didn't get the opportunity to speak about it earlier in the week is like I have the opportunity now to be spending a lot of time on the roadside, based on a project that I'm involved in. And one of the things that have been seen quite regularly, alarmingly so, is the amount of little children that are halfway hanging out the the window as the cars pass by.
Looking like little
True.
dogs.
I don't understand what is happening.
It's true.
The children literally be standing in the back seat of the car.
With the entire body out, with the entire torso and head out the car.
I don't understand what's happening.
I
Like
don't understand it either.
people, we
Like
have.
I get it as a child because I did it before, but I got yelled at so fast
Oh yeah.
Let
to
me tell
pull
you
myself
something.
back
Oh,
in
yeah.
the car.
I would be literally snatched out the window. What am I doing?
But even if even if they're not the window, people like
The fact that they're standing in the car,
the fact that they're not strapped in,
moving
whether it's a
the
Yeah.
whether it's a car seat, whether it's a seat belt, something like
I really think, yes, we just do the whole seatbelt thing in the front seat, but children don't sit in front seats. And we need to really start strapping them in because
let's normalize that behavior,
Yeah.
no?
and it's funny you said that, because most times adults jump into the cars and the first thing they do is buckle themselves in. But I just have
Right.
the child behind you just
No, we have a culture where we do that in the front, and I do believe
back.
that has come over time. I remember when the seatbelt laws became mandatory,
I didn't
Yeah, me
know
too.
that. I
Yeah,
just
it
know
was-
I used to have to buckle in.
Yeah, it wasn't mandatory all the time in the front seat, and I remember when that changed, and people was all like, "Bye, got me feel choked, bye."
Uh-huh.
I remember all the pushback and thing, and now it's just what you do,
Yeah.
right?
You have to be safe.
Just
so
do it.
why don't you protect your kids? I don't understand. You're going to buckle yourself in but have your child behind you rolling like a bouncing ball?
And
Or standing running running from side to side, head out the door, head out the
Yeah.
window.
And it also gives you as a parent less to worry about because
Yeah,
when
man.
you're a parent and you're driving, you got to worry about your child sticking ahead of the window. You got to worry about them sitting in the middle and poking forward. But if they're strapped in, they can't
me get in
move,
them.
and there's a lot less for you to have to juggle.
let me
And not only that, remember, you're protecting your kids from other drivers because let's say, God forbid, you go in the regular speed limit, you're doing everything right, but somebody drunk or speeding hits your car. The child has a big possibility of either going through the window or being terribly injured.
Tossed down in the car.
Y'all have to protect y'all kids,
Yeah,
man.
and I think that is what Jade's saying there is very important because I think what happens a lot of times, even outside of this conversation, is a lot of drivers, they rightfully focus on their driving, not recognizing that you're not the ones on the road and you can't control what's going on in the other car. Somebody phone drop and they just bend down to pick it up.
Next
and
thing you know, a whole accident.
Somebody run into the back of you.
What?
No, I wear them to work with you. These are my work shirts, actually. But yeah, like it's a lot of these the mentality almost like, well, I don't drive fast, I don't drive reckless, I don't make mistakes, I am perfect. All right.
Forget the other people driving.
And it's like forgetting other people on the road. Not only that, like it only takes a split second lapse in concentration and focus for you to make mistakes as well. So, Kevon, your audio gone.
I mute myself and forget to take it off. But it happens to a lot of us. Like, something happened, you look to the right because you see a burning cane field. When you look back on the road, you're in the middle of the road. Like it happens.
Yep.
People fall asleep driving home, and literally it takes a fraction of you being distracted for something to go wrong. It could be like a millisecond and something go wrong. A rock hit your windshield, you swerve off, a dog went out into the road, a ball roll into the road.
Oh, like that, yeah. And chickens. I hit a chicken once.
You better hit them,
I didn't hit a chicken once. I didn't hit the chicken.
Hello, you don't swing off no chicken.
No, the chicken ran into the road and I had to slow down, and the chicken ended up jumping on the vehicle, and it was just such a strange moment. Like if I wasn't paying attention, I probably would have freak out and not know what's going on and probably swerve.
Yeah, but let me give a quick tip to all the parents who drive. We understand that, and this is very important as well because we're talking about loss of concentration. Sometimes your child, sometimes your child gets get real quiet in the back.
And look back to see what
which is concerning.
Right. So
which is why I said the seatbelt helps.
Right.
Quiet children in.
Yeah. So quick tip. There are these mirrors that you put on the bottom of your actual rearview mirror that allow you to be able to glance at your child. So
yeah, because I think that's a great point you brought up, because a lot of parents people that transport children, they actually have shifted their rearview mirror to watch the child, which means they cannot see what's behind the vehicle anymore. So please invest in one.
Yeah. I was in the first part.
yeah, but and so of course, another tip: strap your child in the opposite side to the driver's seat, or if you're driving, like if it's a family. And for instance, mama and dad is in the passenger seat, you could strap the child in the opposite side, just so that they're able to glance back and look. But yeah, we have to pay more attention to that. But you all don't understand. I'm not one of them people who claims to have anxiety. But
I have some.
This year been giving me real anxious vibes. This just got me feeling weird. Watch you understand. And the thing about it, we've had examples of these people. It's not to say that we somehow inflating the seriousness of the issue. We've had unfortunate situations where children have lost their lives because they weren't strapped in the back. I mean, talking about in the States. I mean, talking about in Antigua or wherever. We're talking right here in St Kitts.
Right here.
Right here in St Kitts. So please, don't tell me. Watch your child 6, 7, 8, same thing. Strap them down.
Strap down everybody.
Yeah, and the thing is too,
everybody should be strapped in the car.
Everybody.
We also use a lot of what used to be as justifications. So it doesn't matter if when you were a child you used to drive without a seatbelt, because when you were a child they weren't all these cars on the road and all of these different things. So don't try to use history as a justification for not doing it. Just do it, because then you don't want to have a major injury or loss of life and then sit there for the rest of your life saying, I should have.
Ooh.
Just this morning I was wondering what happened to the tea. Long time you ain't offer me none.
Well,
I thought you're done with it.
No. Remember, I was my mornings were way more slow than usual because I was in recovery. But I'm getting back to my usual self now.
Them knees was gone.
Yeah.
That fish.
Yeah, couldn't really do my.
I know you want to fight fish every time.
My squats. Yesterday I watched a piece of it. What? Okay, I don't think I'm going back on a full time meet there, right? But at the same time, yesterday we went by.
Were you about to say I had a piece of chicken yesterday?
No.
You freaked me.
No. And I just said, me ain't going back to full-time meat.
Yeah, full-time meat could be part-time chicken.
Part-time chicken, you're right. You're right. But yesterday I think I was up at Gumshaw up by Jetu, and he had some fry fish in there, by, and they're like, bye.
Temptation, you know.
Anyway.
You had peace?
No.
Yeah. How long before you can eat fish again?
Let's say 6 months.
How long you've been poisoned? Since you've been poisoned?
Like a month and
one
something.
one
One and a bit.
See this, I can't. This like how you gonna tell me I can't eat chicken? No. What's supposed to do?
Watch it. And you know, a lot of people who stop eating chicken, sometimes it's just like some kind of experience that they just work out. Then I remember I have an uncle, he's completely vegan, and he just made the decision one day because one day I think he was either watching someone cook chicken, or like he went somewhere and cut up the chicken and the blood was still in it.
That don't affect me. I'm sorry.
And
my food addiction to serious.
Yeah.
I've had those experiences, and I'm pretty sure I've said the same thing. Like, oh, I'm done with this. Next day, I see a piece of KFC. What I'm supposed to do? What's supposed to do? Azem?
No, that was me and two things. One was permanent, one wasn't. That was me and black pudding. I never really was a fan of black pudding to begin with, and
that will stop me.
Yeah, I never was a fan of black pudding to begin with in terms of like eating it. And then I saw it being made once. I saw my grandmother making it, and it was over. It was officially something I would not try. As good as it is, and as good as all the day reviews are, no thanks. I saw it being made, it just killed the thought of eating it for me. Then the next one was goat water. Love goat water. One of my favorite foods. But I remember one time I went by my grandmother and I saw the headless, frozen, skinless goat. And I had to take a break.
Yeah, that would have thrown me off too.
It's funny how sometimes
it was the end, like it was the whole
body. Yeah, the whole goat.
Whole body, no head. And it just had no skin.
I was just like, the head would have thrown me off. I think heads of food does me know. May let me food watching me. You know what else?
You know what turned me off from food more than anything else? Texture. If the texture feels weird in my mouth, I'm over.
I'm a big texture eater. Like
I can't. I don't do porridges and so. It don't work for me.
Somebody here apparently needs to get the Kittian passport revoked because they say it's enough for me. No goat water, black pudding, salsa, cook up.
Who says so?
Hold on. You see this person here? I think you need to just message me and then we could probably just move in together.
And she got locks too, you know?
She got locks of love.
I'm telling you, yeah, we'd be a good couple. I think so.
Witty, thank you. Witty telling me that my background is very YouTube vlogger vibes.
Yes, I tell you look very perfect.
So I have to like advertise products now? Like I have to hold things and like this now?
Either that or teach us how to do a T-line.
Yeah. See, Witty, I tell you, Seaspiracy got me feeling now still, you know, like I can't watch fish and seafood the same because of the things that they did. I told y'all to watch Seaspiracy and y'all gonna feel how I feel.
Man, I'm telling you, like...
You know what else threw me off one time?
But that's good though, you know, before you move up the Seaspiracy thing. Like, that's good. Like, the fact that there's a lot of people who could learn things and just figure, like, could overlook it like that. Like, that for me is a character flaw.
Yeah, no.
Like, that does get to me.
Y'all just saying, trying to... Y'all just want to survive for the next couple of 100 years? Because if y'all take out all the fish out the ocean, yes, salt. If y'all take all the sea life out the ocean, just know, yes, salt. So.
No pun intended.
None at all.
You were saying?
Oh, one time, Winston, my dad, he traumatized me. He asked me to season up chicken feet.
Ooh.
When I tell you, right, I almost died.
Yeah.
They feel too close to fingers for me, like.
Wait, chicken foot soup?
No, boy, you crazy, man. Eating nothing chicken foot.
Chicken foot soup. Chicken foot soup, wicked. And like with the corn. Anyway, that's
how you know?
I wasn't always.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I wasn't always on me.
I was about to judge you. Yeah, I can't. That and something else. those two things traumatized me for life. I tell you all the story about when I ate rabbit unknowingly.
No.
One time, on a Sunday morning, I would usually just wake up and Daddy would probably be finished with cooking. And one time I woke up and I went to the kitchen and I opened the pot and I look in. I was like, oh, it's the chicken.
Rabin. That's what Rabin does do, you know.
That wasn't Rabin this, that was my usual.
Yeah, you
He ain't give me no
usually
disclaimer or nothing. I just look in, I was like, what, Daddy cooks the chicken today?
Daddy know what you're going to do.
So I gone and I take it out, hear me? But Daddy, this chicken look a little odd. But you know, I didn't expect bugs to be in the pot, so I just continuing. Then I eat it and I'm like, this texture kind of off for chicken, boy. It's like, man, no, this is giving me
Something else vibes.
yeah, but I
Something else vibes.
couldn't. So he waited till I already started eating and then asked me if I knew what I was eating. So I was like, chicken? Because, like, it better be. Like, what else could be in this pot?
Or something else, though.
Then it's stew chicken, stew turkey. Nothing else that would look like this.
Oh.
Daddy told me it was rabbit, and I swear I almost passed out.
But it tastes good.
I don't care. I like rabbits as pets, not food. Don't do me that. Don't.
Yeah, that was me. And I think I told you the story already when my friend tricked me into eating frog legs.
I've had frog legs. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I judged you before.
I was living in Florida, so this is the delicacy. Gator and so.
But for me, I have a friend and she took me to a restaurant, ordered the frog legs, and my Rabin self saw what looked like chicken. So, I grabbed one and
Yeah. Get it.
Tasted like chicken, but it also didn't.
Right.
And then
So what seasoning is
at the end of it, I was
What
like,
is
oh,
anise?
when they cook this is interesting. And she's like, that's not chicken, right? So I watch her. I said, excuse me? She said, yes. She said, yeah, it's frog legs.
I give you all the donkey story already, you know.
You ate a donkey?
No, I haven't. I didn't eat the donkey.
Oh.
I didn't eat the donkey. What I was saying is, I went to a food festival in St. Martin, and we up on stage. We were doing the sound, and they were setting up and thing. And at one point, we just see everybody flock into this one particular tent, this one particular stall. So when we finished, we walked down there. Say, well, what this person down here selling, by? They got everybody in a frenzy. Everybody walking away with their containers and things like that. And there's a sign, fresh donkey meat, straight out of Nevis. Like it was like a delicacy.
I'm not judging by judging.
Like Nevis, like it is like Nevis got the best donkey meat by. I was like,
mean,
what?
There are abundance of donkey, so I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not judging. If you like donkey meat and chicken feet and all these things, kudos to you. But for me, my stomach says no. And I love food, but I have a.
What's the most non-traditional local meat that you've eaten?
A dove.
Ground dove. Ground dove. A ground dove tastes good, yeah?
That's probably
Ground dove.
No, you see what happened was that a monkey was terrorized in the yard and they were trying to catch it. And they had this monkey trap. It was a monkey trap?
Monkey trap.
This trap
monkey
thing.
trap. Mm-hmm.
And a dove, unfortunately, met it. And Daddy just thought it was the monkey. So when he went outside, we realized it was a dove and he just take it out and, fry it up. I was small, so I was like, oh, chicken.
But no, when we was in primary school, we used to make the catapult.
Wait, somebody calling. Is this a gear you have to go in or you want to tell us how terrible our food choices are?
Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. Oh. We have another one. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T.
Man.
Okay. But
feel free to call back, guys.
Yeah, so we used to make like the catapults. And then we used to go over on the paddock and shoot the ground doves. And then it was the grandmother of one of my classmates used to cook them. Same like real experience, out on the coal pot, everything.
Yeah, man. Some
yeah.
One time, you said catapult, and I remember I got in trouble because a monkey was terrorizing us again. And me and Shabazz, big up DJ Shabs one time.
Shabs?
And our other cousin decided to use a catapult to hit the monkey. And we hit the neighbor window instead.
Of course.
Yeah, and broke it.
Of course.
So you don't know when Winston come out. Is Winston Uncle Anthony? One of them wash us out.
Yeah, but guys, we have another caller. Caller, were you the neighbor whose window got smashed?
Good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, my friend. It's good to see you. Anyway, Azem, Gwanda and rice. Oh, Lord. When I was growing up, when Mom gone to work, are we home in the summertime from school? My brothers would shoot some Gwanda and those little chichi bird. Cook that up with some rice. Oh, that was delicious. When you was a kid, I wouldn't eat it now. But when you're a kid, you eat all kind of weird things. Those were the days, though. I don't know. My friend, did you like the frog legs?
To be completely honest, they weren't bad. Like they were tasty, but I just don't think I would eat it again because now I know it's frog legs. So
Exactly. There's some things, if I know what it is, I wouldn't eat either. I'm sorry. But anyway, you guys.
Right, because if she didn't tell me, I would have sit down and probably eat the whole plate. But
Yeah, certain things I can't. Once I know what it is, especially, you probably could get away with giving it to me if I don't know what it is. But if like you tell me like this is a frog or a donkey or a dog or whatever, I said, with the frog legs, I would have literally sat there and ate the entire plate if I wasn't told. That's
but as soon as I told, just the fact that it was a frog.
Mm-hmm. We got another caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT.
Yeah, Azem.
Yes, I.
Duck.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, I love duck.
Tell Jade I'm eating some soup right now. I have chicken feet in it.
You see there?
When I'm going to cook soup, if I can't get chicken feet, I'll put it off the pot until some other time.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, know what you like.
All right, later.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm sorry. Never again. Seasoning it.
You know what else is actually tasty? Duck.
Duck. I was about to say duck. Duck is the best poultry. Duck is the best poultry, hands down.
Agreed.
Duck is the best poultry.
Somebody give me some duck.
You know who made me taste duck? My grandmother. She
Your grandmother
orders duck wherever she goes. She orders duck. If it's duck on the menu, she orders.
Yeah,
and I remember she gave me the duck to taste. It was hard to look past the fact it was a duck, but then when I tasted it, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. The first time I had duck, it was a good day. It was a good day. I had some friends visiting me while I was in college, and I took them to Disney World. And
Disney World and duck, wow.
Well, after Disney, of course you ain't buying no food in Disney because we're like college students and so. So.
I don't know how Disney prices, but I've heard
Disney prices is like Antigua airport prices.
Yeah, but you know much for a turkey leg?
I would have stabbed
like 20 US.
Oh dear.
So then we left, but then when we left, so we had a great day. There was actually there was a concert there, so we went and watched the concert and thing, and then we left and went down on Orlando Drive and went to this Moroccan restaurant, right? Yes, Moroccan food, Moroccan food. The season food, like the thing with Moroccan food, it made me feel like home. Like they season it very similar to how we season food here.
Well, we were supposed to be going in gears. We're on here talking about food.
But we're going in belly, call us hungry.
Yes, that's exactly what this led to. My belly just started to grumble because we're supposed to be talking about what pisses us off. We're going to talk about food.
Well, if we don't talk about what upset us, we need to talk about what comforts us.
Yeah, I don't think nothing else pisses me off. Kevon, anything piss you off this week?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. They fixed the issue with the papers at the hospital yet? No? Okay, cool.
With the what?
The papers at the hospital. The library. The JNF library?
Oh, okay, I got you. Doubt it.
Oh, yeah.
Doubt it. You know what grinded a gear of mine just yesterday? When we were talking about the what you call it? Two things grinded my gears that were based on responses from friends of the show. People that I love very much. But the responses upset me.
Oh dear.
not make calendar there by anything, but one when we are talking about, and I make it very quick. One when we are talking about the situation in Nevis and the need for the police to deal with that situation. The response from one of our friends, like, really made me upset. The reason why it feels like it's one of them things that's taken from a playbook, right?
But look at all the other things that we do. No.
Yeah, look at all the other things that we've done. Look at our track record. I'm like, what I gotta do with this?
Stay on topic.
But you understand? Like, what I gotta do with this? Tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about this. Like, don't tell me about what happened last month and last year or 5 years ago. Tell me what you think about this. Because really and truly, at the end of the day, the dude ain't care. You think dude care about whatever y'all did with the last person who y'all bang up? He ain't care.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah. So
what other response? Oh,
the other one.
I know which one.
The other one was, so I asked a question yesterday, guys, in regards to the vaccine and how soon can I take my second dose here in St Kitts. So as I stated yesterday, the AstraZeneca vaccine is it's suggested that you get the vaccine between 4 and 12 weeks after your first shot. So I asked, well, okay, if I want to, and of course now it's being suggested that you get it 10 weeks after your first shot.
Yeah.
These numbers I can't keep up. How these numbers keep jumping?
That's what's been all the time. That's what's been all the time.
That was the St Kitts. That was the St Kitts number. St Kitts
No.
decided on.
So
10
the
weeks.
creators of the vaccine have said that you could get the second dose between 4 and 12 weeks within that time after you took the first dose, right? But we're suggesting 10, and so and thanks to the information, apparently, depending on when you get the vaccine, the second dose, it increases the effectiveness of the coverage, right? So I was like, well, okay, but what if I want to get it 6 weeks instead 8 weeks? So the information that we were getting was like, if needs be, you can get it as early as 8 weeks after your first shot here in St Kitts. But
preferred.
Yeah, preferred 10. But my question was, so why you can't get it at 4 if they say there are 6 or 5.5, right?
Because it's
and
the efficiency.
I think it's the effectiveness, right? Efficiency, okay. Decreasing, and those terms are very important, guys.
No, but efficacy, sorry, Lord.
Same
all
thing.
All these E-words, boy.
All these E-words. So the reason why that was upsetting to me is that, bear in mind that for me, the discussion about the vaccine should focus on health, right? It really does get to me a bit when we continually talk about economics as it relates to the vaccine hesitancy.
Guys, like you telling us about the economy and stuff not going well, the
health concerns.
Yeah, people really have health concerns.
Right.
And me and Azem had a very long discussion yesterday, and I told him I felt like it's always been that way. It's the economy first, more so than the health. And he was telling me, well, no.
I think that, for instance, like that's where the lockdown happened. That's where the lockdown went as long as it did. I think there was a real push to put lives ahead of livelihoods, right? And I do think that's where it was. But anyway, outside of that, my thing is, if I am one of the people who we've been told is most likely at a lower risk for serious illness or death, then, and not only that, I'm also the group of people who are being targeted to take the vaccine. It's because like we're trying to do this on a national level. So so you're asking me to put something in my body for the good of the nation. Like, totally get that. But then on top of that, you're going to tell me to further inconvenience me, I can't get the vaccine when the people who make the vaccine tell me I could get?
No.
Like, to me, something got to give. Like, to me, something got to give, like...
The answer is
Because if I'm in the group that is less likely to receive severe effects from contracting the virus and thing, and you're telling me, yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, the reason why we need to get vaccinated is for those around us, for those who can't take the vaccine, all of these things. I'm right with you in that. But then don't limit me to when I could take the second dose. The people who make the vaccine say I could take it this time.
And the people who giving you say no. So we're gonna. What are you going to do, Azem? The people who giving you said no.
No, but that's what I'm saying. My thing is, these are the kind of issues that people been talking about. You know, these are the issues that people been talking about, and people saying, well, okay, for instance, if I'm in a position where I need to travel, right? I need to travel. Okay, so I say, bye. It's kind of tight right now. The timeline when I have to leave. I might have been hesitant about the vaccine for some reason, but because I have to travel, okay, no problem. I'm going to take it to facilitate easier travel. Take the first dose. 4 weeks later, you go back to get your second dose because, well, time running you down now. You tell me no? Bear in mind that up until now, we don't even know if we're going to have to take a third, fourth, fifth, or sixth dose of this thing.
Bro, I'm never trying to think about all that because that they're going to stress me out. So many.
But that's what you got to think about. Let me ask you all a question. Y'all think that y'all think that this vaccine thing done after you take the second dose and you're gonna take another COVID vaccine again?
Nope. Because remember, a lot of the shots that we also already take, you have to get booster shots, which boosts them and, gives new information about, variations. So it's not one and done. You just,
Yeah. I think that I think that you have to recognize that, well, you're asking people to do things that some people may be hesitant about for whatever reason. And bear in mind that a lot of the health concerns that people have, there's answers for them. There's answers, people. There's answers. And that's one of the things that kind of frustrates me. I was talking to Jade about. It's like, I gave her the analogy of like, so I take Jade to dinner at the Moroccan restaurant, right?
Ooh, when are we having duck?
Of course, what else we have? So we go to this Moroccan restaurant and Jade walks in and me like, wait, this is the Moroccan restaurant that had the people get sick last week?
You could have just used your fish one because that would have been more relatable. But
this is the Moroccan restaurant that had the people get sick last week, and I was like, yeah, and then I go, yeah, but Jade, like, we need to eat here because we have the chefs, you have the waiters, you have the bus boy. Don't forget the owner. Like, they have to make a living. I don't know how effective that is going to be in quelling Jade's concerns.
Not effective. Not very effective at all, if you have to be honest.
Right. So as opposed to going and saying, well, Jade, really and truly, what happened was there was this issue with like romaine lettuce. That's things. So it wasn't even just this restaurant. Like last week, they had a bunch of restaurants that got people sick or whatever. Like, if there's direct answers to the questions that people are having, let's address the concerns with those answers. Like, because that's the thing, when people, like, when I talk to people and, discussing and they're telling me what their concerns are, I'm like, a lot of these things, they are responses for it, like, they're legitimate science-based responses. And a lot of the...
You see, you're going to upset the airways now. Bye.
No, this person here is going to argue to grind, man.
I bet not.
I may be the girl. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island Tea.
Morning, Zenoite.
Hey. We're good. Yeah, Kevon,
okay, I got two,
Kevon flexing his neck.
I know, but I got 2 gears to grind and then I have some good news. So
hey.
I think what y'all wanted me to do first? The gears?
Do the gears for us.
All right, 2 gears. Have any of you guys ever been in a discussion or an argument and the person responds and says, but I'm not perfect?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, you just unlocked a gear to grind.
Oh.
That's one of the biggest, when I hear that phrase, it's like, I wasn't asking for perfection.
Yeah.
It's a cop-out.
Yeah, at that point, the discussion for me usually ends. I'm just like, you know what? I need to take a walk.
Yeah, you and me.
Yeah, that's a definite gear grinder. And the second one is when people, I don't want to come up as elitist or whatever, but the using the word of in place of have. I think we should know that.
Sorry, you could repeat that? I didn't hear you properly.
Using the word of to replace the word have.
Gotcha.
Like I would of.
Yeah.
Again.
Yep.
When I see it, I'm like, how did that become a thing? That never was a thing in the 90s or early 2000s. I don't think so.
So we had in the 90s, okay? Let the people use what word they want to use. I can't believe that's what pissing you off.
But that's what going here. That's the year.
But that's what grinds his gear, Jade.
You're free to grind your gear.
Right, that's the segment of the show. But anyway, the good news, I wanted to just shamelessly plug what's happening later today. It's a different good news show, the 39th episode. And yeah, episode 39, I can't believe it. And I'll be 39 in 2 weeks. How much synergy is that?
Imagine that. The universe speaks.
Right. So what we're doing is unprecedented on the show, where it's a Mother's Day-centric show where we are doing many giveaways. I've partnered with several businesses for people, for you callers and listeners, to call in and affirm another mother. It could be yours, it could be somebody else, and you win something to be able to give to them. So,
like it.
I'm talking about credit on your phone. I'm talking about free food, shopping credit, massage, money.
You also said Mother Kevon, and you're not one of those. So.
Right. So, but you have to put in the work. You got to call in, affirm somebody else. Like I'm using a big word to some people, but affirming just means, speak positively about that person in a way that makes them know that they are of value, either to you or to other people. And in that way, you get a chance to, you may win something that you want, but you have to give it away to that person. So it's a perfect act of selflessness, and I'm hoping that jumpstarts the act of giving. And the good thing about it is that the show is always replayed on Sunday, which happens to be Mother's Day. So I definitely want you listeners right now to listen in 7 p.m. To 8. It's going to be a different show. Clarissa Bell is my guest. That's the motivational speaker extraordinaire, and we're going to combine our forces for the greater sake of good. So it's going to be a different show. And yeah, so gear grinding, but I like to end on a high note. So, we done.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right.
What time is it? You want to take a little break, thank our sponsors, and come back with some stories?
We can do
I suppose.
Yeah, I guess we can.
I guess. Using an apostrophe.
I mean, if we must.
Houses.
Yeah.
But we will take a very, very, very long break, I hope. And then we'll come back to more Island Tea on WINN Media SKN. We will be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
Insurance Company Limited, where you get more coverage for less.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Currently, there are rumors and falsified reports circulating on social media about the novel coronavirus. For accurate information and updates, visit the Instagram and Facebook page of the Health Promotion Unit or the Ministry's YouTube channel at St Kitts Health Promotion Unit or St Kitts HPU. You may also visit online the World Health Organization or the Caribbean Public Health Agency. For further contact information, please contact the Ministry of Health for more info at 467-1172 or 467-1108. You can also be sure to follow the news to get the local COVID-19 updates. Let's all try to remain healthy and well. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwen, Crass, and Crew Johnson.
That's me and her.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Yeah. Good morning. People are telling us good morning on the live. Good morning.
Good morning.
People.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning, everyone.
Can we speak about
Thank
the
you for
COVID
tuning in.
why they have to push it up so far up the nose instead of in the nostril area as it is done in the US? I've never taken one, so I can't talk about it. But my friend did, and she said it was it was different. She said when she took hers in the US, it was a lot gentler than the ones here. So I don't know.
Okay. So I guess I could answer this. If my friend is listening, I hope I answer this right. So the bacteria, the virus, lives up in the nose, which is the wet part of your nose, which is where the swab needs to go. So if you push it just in the nostril, there's a high chance you might not get the necessary snot on the on the swab to test to see if it comes back positive or not. So if you do this nose swab and if you do inside,
Kevon, she wasn't. That's not what she. No, she wasn't saying that they push it in the nose.
No, I think what happened is she's speaking about the difference in the experience between what she.
Yeah. Can we speak over the question?
Yeah.
Why do you have to push this?
She's saying we just like to go too deep.
I get it. Yeah, okay, I read it now.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't speak to that because
I just want to touch your brain for fun.
What we need, but that ain't my concern. Oh. My concern is about the effectiveness of the PCR test and the new variants. About that. But we don't talk about that there.
Well, I can't talk about.
And then the thing is too, what I have a question about, which is I'm not sure if they can answer, but there's a lot of rapid tests and self-rapid tests that you can do on your own. I also wonder if they can pick up variants as well.
Yeah, but guys, I've been saying it for a couple of months, and we ain't get to that point. We ain't get to the point where the rapid tests become a part of like normal life. Like, I'm just waiting.
Well,
yeah.
If that's that, then that's that.
Yeah.
What we could do, nothing. So, anywho, enough COVID talk for now.
Really?
Yes, because we,
I'm sure we're gonna have another COVID talk right now.
Probably. But anyway, before we get back into it, as usual, Kevon, what do we have on the agenda? And remember, Joseph is listening, okay?
Who?
Joseph.
Oh man. May I see him? He there for true?
No,
he probably
but hit them with your bestie time.
No, he probably watching silently. Tea time.
All right.
Nice,
That was a good one. That was up there.
So let's talk about some St Kitts and Nevis news. So the Washington Algebra High School wins the first St Kitts and Nevis Marine Drone Challenge. Woo! So we saw.
Yes, go watch the Wildcats. The Wildcats that y'all slander. Those Wildcats. Anyway, continue. Oh, Joseph say you get an 8.6 out of 10.
I think Joseph being a hard critic. I think that
he was
was
yeah.
I mean, that's good.
Joseph, can make me resign.
Don't study them. Back to the Wildcats.
Okay. So, Wildcats. So we had a guest on our show a few months back, and they talked about the Marine Drone Challenge, which has happened. So, again, they won the challenge, which was hosted by the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association on Saturday, May 1st. The announcement was made at the closing ceremony held at the Timothy Beach Resort under the theme Diving Deep into the Marine Environment, Ensuring Our Country's Development, which was held on Saturday, May 2nd. Speaking on behalf of the Washington Algebra High School team, Michael Shaw, who's a student, expressed how challenging and time-consuming the task to prepare the drone was. One of the problems outlined by Shaw was that during the test, on the day of the competition, they realized that the motors were not functioning. He said that they weren't working and the teacher had to dismantle every single thing. Just one mistake messed up the whole machine.
Yeah,
so he expressed that they... Huh?
No, I'm saying that's good. They're overcoming challenges.
Oh yeah, man. I would have fling it down and walk off, but he didn't. He expressed that they also had other competitors who were unable to complete the third task, which focused on disarming the mine, as it was the most difficult task. So the third task, which was the disarm, no one was able to complete that one. So disarming a mine?
Yeah.
I mean,
but I suspect that as the years go on, like the team's gonna get better. Like I am very,
for sure.
I'm very encouraged by the robotics community here. They're very, very encouraged.
I work with Sanjeev. Well, Sanjeev is doing some work at the station, and I am impressed every time that young man opens his mouth. Okay, because the things that he knows and does, 10 out of 10.
So yeah, like there's a real big let me say not real big, but there's a thriving robotics community here that has been performing exceptionally well on like the international stage, like year after year after year. So I really hoping to see more and more support for them.
If you see your child dismantling and putting things back together, I feel like this is a field that you should probably encourage them to get into. Like if you come home and you see your TV just
in pieces,
and then they put it back together and it works perfectly fine. And even if it doesn't work perfectly fine, the fact that they put it back together, hopefully it's an old TV. Yikes. Yeah, I feel like you should push them into this field because it's one that is growing fast, I feel like. Go Wildcats, yes. Proud.
Yes, man, you're not accustomed to it. All right, go ahead. Take it.
Y'all just hate us for no reason.
No, like I've been
early in the morning, Azem.
I've been supporting you. I'm literally supporting you.
Get the hate out your heart. It's okay. It's okay, friend.
I'm supporting you.
Doesn't do this. Oh.
No, I think we actually came second. We came second.
As usual.
So Joseph is reminding us of a old thing.
You can't change facts.
He's asking, do you remember I can't pronounce that. Which was which was a science competition between schools. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
We used to have science fairs too. I remember competing in science fairs as a primary schooler.
Yeah.
As a primary schooler.
Make your volcano and your baking soda and vinegar eruption.
Oh, my volcano was amazing.
Right.
Yeah. There's some schools that based on the science program, there's a lot of experiments. I do think that in itself is difficult because, to be honest, a lot of the experiments, the students have to find the stuff themselves, and of course, students from different socioeconomic backgrounds may have difficulty constantly.
Resources.
Yeah, but I do think that to spark minds among all the schools, you should have some of these inter-school science competitions.
Mm-hmm. Joseph is asking if it's a good idea to go back. I think so, for sure. I think in a new science age where a lot of new fun stuff could happen, I think it's a really good initiative, to be honest.
Yeah, but Kevon, we have a caller. Perhaps it's a robot. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. Dino could tell. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T.
Hey, good morning. Good morning to all you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jade.
Morning.
Yes, big up your school.
Yes.
I had two granddaughters who went, actually I have three of them who went to Washi. But I taught at Bastille High and my children went to Bastille High. So.
How unfortunate.
But I am calling to compliment the young people. Mm-hmm. Often we say, oh, we want to take, and it is right here, and we don't even acknowledge it.
Indeed.
I usually listen to the Robotics program on WINN FM on Tuesday night. And the excitement with which the young people speak about making robotics, is enlightening and encouraging, and therefore I want to commend them.
For sure.
Our people are going places,
For sure.
Yeah, our young people going places. When you hear they go away and they make a place, we just ignore it.
Yeah.
And then we talk about, the young people ain't doing nothing, and
you know what's gonna happen? One of these young people gonna create something that's gonna get licensed for a huge amount of money, and that's when people start to take notice. And it happens soon.
They're gonna be ready to beg.
It happening soon. It happens soon. Trust me.
Yeah, look, I don't prefer them. My son. Well, you don't know my son. My son, Anthony Henry. He's an electrician. Brother, from the time the boy is small, he dismantling everything. He was my only child for about 4 years. I would buy toys and so. Take them down. I even went and bought, the heavy toys them.
Right.
They make no difference.
Take down them too.
That's why I'm telling you, when you see them kids doing these things, pay attention, because they're telling you what they want to do in the future.
Talk about my radio set them. I remember I was in university, I bought a new Akai turntable. And I come back, the card cut off, You wanted to put on something.
Damn.
How much stuff he done damage. But today, if I want something fixed, I could call him.
Exactly.
Anybody, sometimes they say, well, boy, and the boy is a genius to me. Any old thing he could fix.
And imagine you start by cutting up your things.
Yeah, I tell you, Lord Jesus, a good thing I was a Christian. I might have killed him. I went to my bought on my radio I had in university. The boy didn't ask me nothing, plug it into the 220.
Wow. Well, you learn about voltage.
Exactly. The man was just testing.
Yeah,
he was testing and
but
learning.
He didn't ask me what it was set at. The radios to come, you could have set them to
set
20
them, yeah.
and 110. Plug in. So today, when you see your children, I always tell him, I say, boy, you could have worked in a Western house and so.
Yeah.
That's the way you should have worked. So you don't get a chance to fix. He would take a thing and fix it and then dismantle it.
Right.
Fix it, and then turn and dismantle it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to do something else, You got to say, hey, you don't do enough fixing it. Anyway, I want to send greetings to his sister, Carol Henry. In Barbados, today's her birthday. She's another scientist, Okay. So if she's listening, because she like to listen to the show, them and Mommy, I hear you, When you're saying this, you got to call and critique. So if you're listening, Carol in Barbados, happy birthday to you from your mother, your brother, your sister, and all your nieces, nephew, uncle, and aunt. May God bless you. And continue. I am glad. You see, when Washi win first, then the hallmark of champion have to do something. We got to bring up a side.
It's okay, Miss Henry. It's okay. Thank you, though. Don't encourage them to do that.
God bless you.
All right. Take care.
Were you reading comments? Is this
Well, and Kevon, we actually have somebody who's been trying to get in. Good morning, caller 11 LNT. By the robots there. We on to you.
You catch them and know
yeah, they passing the capture test.
We on to you. But no, I really want to see some more inventors and users of technology instead of like users of technology. I think that's gonna be something that's gonna really transform the landscape here, even the economic landscape. IT, robotics, engineering, like that's one of the things because I don't believe that we are any less intelligent, any less intuitive, any less like. So I believe that we.
The robots listening by.
I believe that these are some of the fields that we're gonna go into that are gonna really, we really need to put more emphasis into some of these fields. But we have another caller. Caller, good morning, 11 Island T.
Yes, good morning again. I want to back up Jade with when she said, when you see your kids dismantling things, leave them alone. Let them dismantle it and put it back together. Because I can use my husband as a testimony. When he was growing up in St Kitts, he said he used to sit in the back of the class and he would walk with an old radio to school and he'd dismantle it and put it back together. And a teacher tell him he wasn't going to amount to nothing. He said a couple years later down, he was doing electrical work in the house and in the same teacher house. And when she saw it was him, she was shocked. My husband taught himself to be an electrician. Anybody who listening to me on the radio, they will know a young man from Connery. There isn't anything that he could have fixed. Any tool, anything that any trucker had to fix in St Kitts, is the young man from Connery they used to go and find to fix anything. There is nothing he put his hands on that he can't fix. Right now, he's here in America. He is a supervisor of electrical company, have power to hire and fire. There's nothing he can't fix. And a teacher tell him, because all he used to do is sit in class and dismantle old radio, she tell him he was going to amount to nothing. So like Jade said, when you see your kids dismantling things, leave them alone because you don't know what they might turn out to be. You have a good day.
All right, thanks, caller. Appreciate that.
Let me tell you something. I want Cleo love, okay? Cleo, let's call in and talk about her husband in a way that should inspire everybody. Okay? Gawain, I don't know what's going on with you, but you probably should call Cleo husband. He probably could help you.
Gawain know exactly what's going on. You got a lot of us who used to mash up things and then but we didn't see what's going on, we just left that on to the next thing. So,
yeah.
Keep in mind I said mash up and fix back a Gawain, not just mash up and leave.
Oh, bye.
But Kevon, what else do we have on the agenda?
Tea time, hee. So again, so we could talk about this Bayesian story, which is quite interesting. So I don't even know if I want to read the headline because it's gonna give away the whole article, but I'll do it anyway. So, man who killed Bayesian friend while summoning spirits is now to be sentenced.
Say that again, Kevon?
Man who killed Bayesian friend while summoning spirits is to be sentenced.
Safe to say that it didn't work, apparently.
A High Court judge will, on June 21st, sentence Sherman Webb, who has pleaded guilty to the murder of a 23-year-old UWI student from Barbados more than 10 years ago. Justice Adrian Roberts has ordered a social inquiry report and a psychiatric report on or before June 1st, while the state and defense lawyers are to file their submissions on or before June 15th. In 2012, Webb was convicted for the murder of Corey Rohan Polian. I hope I said that last name right. But the Supreme Court ordered a retrial. Say that again?
He was convicted initially.
Yeah, he was convicted.
Yeah.
But the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court ordered a retrial. When he appeared in court on Tuesday, Webb, who had been in custody for the past 10 years, pleaded guilty to killing his Bayesian friend who had visited Dominica to meet him after they met via the internet. During the High Court sitting, the prosecution withdrew its earlier indictment of manslaughter and the charge was reread to Webb. The court was told between August 31st, 2009 and March 18th, 2010 at Elmshaw, on the outskirts of the capital, Webb killed the 23-year-old student. Polian's family had reported him missing following his failure to return home in Barbados. His remains were later found beneath the floorboards of a small wooden house in Elmshaw, where Webb allegedly had taken Polian and chopped him on both sides of his neck. I just feel like the more I read, the wilder this gets.
Wickedness.
Yeah.
So Webb had always maintained his innocence, claiming that Polian came to visit him in August 2009 to conduct an occult ceremony which involved the summoning of a demon, which would allow Polian to receive his own guardian spirit.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, what?
Continue.
Oh, what?
Things making sense now, right? Okay. So he told the court during his 2012 trial that Polian had returned to Dominica after initial visit, and 2 days after the arrival, they went up to a small house in Elmshaw to conduct the ceremony. Webb said that during the ceremony, the Bayesian became frightened, which caused him to step out of the circle, which then caused a demon to possess him. He told the court that he chopped Polian on the neck with a cutlass to force the demon to leave his body, and then later buried him under the wooden house where they had conducted the ritual after banishing spirits. Okay. He said, "I do not agree that I killed Corey. He was a friend of mine." Samples of the remains unearthed by the police were sent to Jamaica and Barbados for testing, which later confirmed to be that of the UE student.
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
Let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. Firstly, for them to be able to track down this fella and find him under the floorboard somewhere up in Dominica, kudos to whoever those investigators were.
Kudos, because Dominica? Hills? Mountains?
Right, yo.
So I know Dominicans believe in
everybody, Jade, everybody. You know Dominica thing.
Well, I'm talking about Dominica because it happened in Dominica. Yeah. But
well, keep in mind that the Bayesian flew to Dominica to have this ceremony done.
You were saying, Jade?
No, I was saying I don't have I understand he stepped out of the circle, but I don't think I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. However, I don't think that's how you remove spirits from anyone.
Yeah, but
well, I mean,
the spirits
he
need a
literally
host.
removed the spirit, but I don't know if that's the spirit he wanted to remove. Jail.
But no, but my thing is by like, why do I have to retrial anyway? But yeah, guys. But guys, yeah, we have a caller. Caller, good morning. You're on LNT.
Yeah, good morning. That is very interesting. I recall, I think it was 1987, I went to Grenada for 6 weeks to do some training. And in the apartments where we were staying, one night we heard this racket in one of the rooms. And so you couldn't even sleep. You had to go to class the next morning. So in the morning, the host, the owner of the apartment, was explaining that, you know, this young lady brought her brother from St. Vincent. And they were on their way to Barbados to see a shouting Baptist.
Right.
So when the sister came out, she had to lock in the brother, right? And noise, you know. So she said, you know, we take him everywhere. We take him to the priest. We take him to the ambient man. But nobody could do nothing in St. Vincent. So I said, they ain't going to church in St. Vincent. They ain't going to Christian who could pray for him. I couldn't believe that people would. So I asked her, well,
but we fly in evangelists all the time.
Yeah, you know, so as we all take him to the psychiatrist, but she was saying she was actually trying to pin it on a woman.
Right.
Her brother was good all the time, you know.
Well, wait, hold on.
How you mean? Jade, watch it.
What we do?
No. She pinned it on a particular woman who, as we say, might have worked something on him.
Like, you know.
She told him.
And whatever, he loved this girl, and I don't know if he gets a bite or whatever.
Yikes.
But he was never the same after that. And nothing they do.
All kind of
He was
things.
now uncontrollable.
Yeah, all kind of things could
You
send
know?
you over the edge.
But she was leaving St. Vincent to go to Barbados. I didn't even know that they do those kind of service in Barbados. And Jamaica, the Pocomania them. All kind of people that go for the bath.
Yeah,
go for
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
In St. Kitts, they used to go for the bath of Punch Pasture.
I think Nevis too.
No, but that's
Nevis
it's
is
all
you
over
know.
thing. Like
When
people.
I was growing up, you go Nevis, you give people a big foot, a raw lip, or something. You know? So demonic forces are real.
Well, yeah.
But you see, people that seek help in the wrong place. How are you going to the devil to help you? I don't understand that.
That's to curse you.
You know, so it's pitiful. It's really pitiful.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he should have been charged with murder.
Yeah, I was
accomplice.
Perhaps I think that's maybe why they wanted to retry the case.
Because they mentally.
And the person voluntarily went to him.
Yeah, and not only that, the court has now ordered for some kind of psych evaluation.
Which I feel like it's not done in the first place, because from reading the story, you know, like I feel like
But
the
don't
first
get ideas, you know, 'cause if you chop up somebody and walk out, well, this is how you get
the
off.
demon taking care of the demon. Mine, if you all want thing, you all go pray. Or go to somebody you know to pray. But the devil can't cast out the devil. All right then.
All right. Yeah, go in. Yeah, fish head from Nevis. That there's a thing.
What, really? I read it right, and I was like, what?
No, that's the thing. Oh, watch it. Let me tell you something, right?
You don't eat fish heads in Nevis?
No. Let me tell you something.
What?
I have been warned against getting food from Nevisian women.
Oh, I heard that one.
And make sure. Say how the fish come all the way from Gigerland. We eat St Kitts on the boat. We throw them by you sit down by your thing, and it's still steaming. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. I just say that's been said. It's been said.
Styrofoam, just go there.
It's been said. It's been
They
said.
get food from Nevis and we take it and you don't eat it because she tried to obey you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got you.
If you got somebody willing to obey you, you might as well be with them.
That's love.
You might as well be with them.
They're trying to make sure you don't ever leave them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Witty said she gonna do. Send some food. Some steaming fish head.
Again?
Oh, no wonder you want to leave. Yeah, Shabs, Nevis nice. Let me tell you something. I love Nevis food. That's if y'all gonna obey me, that's the way to catch me because I go and eat some Nevis food.
But at the same time, you see the funny thing though. You see the funny thing, and Miss Henry calling and spoke about, like, you know, how we on it. But in some countries, like things like libations and so, they're very, very natural. Like Guyana, like you go to let's say you go to like a conference.
Mm-hmm.
A conference, and I could speak for this. You go to a conference and it's maybe a social outreach type of organization that's putting it on and so, but they might have some Afrocentric, you know, kind of energy behind it or whatever. They start, you know how we start everything with a prayer here? Like they start with libations. So,
what's libations for people that don't know?
Okay, libations is like you offer up like a gift to the ancestors. You know? That's an oversimplified form, but yes, it might be some sea salt, some spring water, and you pour it over and thank the ancestors for looking over you. Thank the ancestors for, like, for personally, I ain't got a problem with that. But people look at it because it's outside of what they were taught as being dark magic and thing. I'm not that judgmental.
But that's
I'm very much, to be honest, I'm very much I believe that we could always pick some of the tenets from some of these religions, like things like Yoruba and the concepts on which they're founded, and so I think very useful.
But I think I don't know if I'm wrong, but I think, right, if we weren't removed from our heritage in Africa, this is the things that we would be practicing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the religion's still there. Like we see the religions.
I think because we were indoctrinated into Christianity, a lot of these things are now seen as dark magic and stuff. when realistically this is the religions we used to practice back then. So I don't know why people shun and shy away from the things that they were actually born into, and then they're going to tell us, oh, y'all not trying to learn about y'all religion and history and Africa and all of this, but when you do, then you condemn it as black magic and voodoo and obi and stuff, when realistically that's where you came from.
But I think that one of the problems with all of these things are the charlatans. So just like how in Christianity you have you have charlatans, people who use people's beliefs to take advantage of them. They take advantage of people's beliefs a lot of times for economic gain. You have the same things happening in other religions, whether it's Islam, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's voodoo, Voodoo, Yoruba, like all of these things, people take advantage. And a lot of times, like I know, I have members, I have members of my members of my close family circle, older of course, who would tell me stories about how they used to sell compelling powder, right? Compelling powder to people, and all it was this powder that they would get from England and put it in a matchbox and tell you, okay, you have to put it one under your neck on each side, one on each palm, and you have to stand upwind of the person you're trying to compel. You know what compelling powder is? So really and truly, all it was like them sweet smelling powder, like the perfume powder.
So the person will smell you and now you feel like the compelling?
Yeah, the big poof. And so you have to go and stand. So my grandfather told me a story of time when he's small, he went and get some compelling powder, right? And so the man tell him, okay, this is how you use it, boom, boom, boom. So he gone to talk to the girl now. And the problem was that every time he tried to get upwind of her, the girl keep moving. Like, so he was like, what are you doing? So he kind of running around the girl.
Because she wanted to oh, she tried to figure out what the lot of sweetness be.
He want the compelling powder work.
No.
So he's like, he now got to position himself upwind, but it's like the girl keep wondering, but where you keep going?
Mission failed.
Mission failed. Yeah.
It was your grandmother he was trying to compel?
Huh?
It was your grandmother he trying to compel?
Hold on, what is this? I ain't even trying to. Me ain't even listening. Yeah.
It was your grandmother, like you was.
No. So good thing it didn't work.
Oh, see,
because
you wasn't gonna be here.
I might have been here in some other farm.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we recognize that, and not only that, there's so much similarities between a lot of the
so much.
So much similarities between so much of the thing. And not only that, if I really was to start and talk about how I feel about some of these dogma and religions, not in terms of validity. I don't like to have a conversation with people about the validity.
I only do that when people try to come at me for my beliefs. Then I start hitting them with some facts, and then everybody upset. But I digress.
But I'm not going to have a discussion with you about the validity of your beliefs.
Believe what you want to believe. Well, let me believe what I want to believe too.
But I do believe that we could have a discussion about the contributions of your religion to society, whether good, and the things that were done in the name of your religion. We could have them kind of conversations.
That going still piss off people, but I mean,
but what I'm saying is those are things that we can't really argue. Like we could have those discussions, right? So when you're talking about faith and belief and so I'm not gonna have this discussion about you.
Led to the slaughter of anyone?
Most religions have.
Oh yikes!
And some.
Yikes!
On some level, especially. By nature, the monotheistic religions, the ones that believe in one God, just by the nature of it, But not really big on inclusion there.
No, not really. Not really at all.
Your God name what? Zeus? No man, something wrong there.
No. If your God ain't spelled Jody, we gonna kill you.
Yeah. But anyway, what we have on the next up on the list, Kevon?
On the other agenda, I want to read this comment before it disappears. So somebody is telling us that the 12th person in St. Vincent and the Grenadines has died from COVID-19. We'll try to get an article that goes a little bit more in depth about it, but Yeah, COVID's still running rampant in the region, unfortunately. But in other St. Vincent and the Grenadines news, which is also not great. So children and the elderly are being abandoned at emergency shelters. So there are reports which are quite disturbing in SVG of adults that are abandoning children and teenagers at emergency shelters, as well as elderly individuals that are being left alone. The director of NEMO in SVG, Michelle Forbes, said that they have had children who are of primary school age that were being left alone for quite some time, and teenagers that were being abandoned. She said that people were going back home and leaving their children and teens at the emergency shelters, not indicating to the shelter managers that they are stepping out. Forbes said that this situation had occurred in several different shelters, and together it's around 50 children and teenagers. Her words were, some people claimed that they were going home to clean up and did not come back for a couple of days.
Yeah.
What is remind y'all of? Anyway, continue. I'm going to get to it, I'm going to get to it when I finish.
PM Ralph Gonzalez, upon hearing of the situation, he made an appeal to citizens not to abandon their children, as well as not to leave elderly folk like that in shelters. He said, it is wrong to leave your elderly like that at the mercy of other people. Also, do not abandon your children. The NEMO director and Prime Minister discussed the issue on the radio on May 3rd. Oh boy. I could understand if you leave to go clean up because you don't want to bring a child with you to be inhaling all kind of ash and stuff.
I think that's all happening here, to be honest.
I really think that's
what's happening.
It's a stretch.
I think people believe that their children, like they have things they need to do. Sometimes they don't know the state of where they're going back to. They don't know they don't know if the volcano gonna blow again because nobody's sure. So they go to try and make things happen and figure out, well, the child is safe. The child is safe.
You know what this reminds me of though?
Uncle Joe?
Oh yes.
Yes. The Uncle Joe situation.
I don't know. Like it reminds me of it, but I don't think it's the same thing. Like you left Uncle Joe as you left the red zone. This is you leaving your child in the safety of a shelter.
Is it a safe place though? Because I remember
that's where they tell us go. That's where we've been for the last 2 weeks.
True. But I remember one woman was saying that she doesn't want to go to the shelter because her kids wouldn't be safe there, and she had a fear of them being sexually assaulted in these shelters. So
that too.
I don't know.
Yeah, but have we
like,
I don't know if there's been any reports of such cases. I mean, it's a real concern, but I do think that people are in a position where they're making very difficult decisions. Do I agree with it? No, but I do think I could understand the mentality behind that, behind that kind of having to make that kind of decision.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have made it but I could understand the mentality. Like that's the thing too, sometimes you got to understand, like sometimes when people make a decision, it ain't really that they all happy and gung ho with the decision, it's just the decision they had to make based on the circumstances or what they felt was the best decision at the moment. Yeah, it don't necessarily have to sit well with you. As a matter of fact, I believe that's one of the problems. We have people like to make decisions that sit well with them instead of the decisions that they think are best a lot of times. So
well, we have to take a quick break and thank our sponsors because it's 9:30. So we have to give the good food people their recognition. And then we'll be right back with more Island Tea right here. And you laugh because of the good food people? That's
no, I like how you just sing when we go into the break. We're going to people down and
I sing when I speak. Don't judge. Anyway, people, we'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
Price energize your goals with Lucozade. Get it good. Look under the cap, find the code, win it. Thousands in prizes, iPhones and TVs. Or win 30 grand US dollars for your goals. That's goals.
For a chance to win 30,000 US dollars. Purchase any Lucozade Energy promo bottle. Look under the cap and find the code to win iPhones, TVs, and free Lucozade for 30,000 US dollars to energize your goals. See website, social media, or press for details. Lucozade, taste the energy.
Kevon? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Kevon.
Okay, I think we're back. If we're not, please let us know.
Yeah, sorry, we were saying you could check us out on for the people on the live. We were saying that you could check us out all over the place. Website, YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch. Yeah.
We're encouraging some of the radio listeners to come and join you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so you can see my awesome artwork.
Yes.
Indeed. Indeed.
And my clock that does not move.
That has the wrong time as well.
Just want a battery, man. Just want a battery.
Man.
I can't just burn your clock over it. Anyway, so we could also talk about. I think this is an interesting story to read. So, world's most vaccinated nation activates curb as cases rise. I don't want to read this some more.
No, but I think it's important. I would, the amount of times this was forwarded to me, right? I would believe that the health officials are looking at this.
Yeah.
But again, one of the things that is very interesting to me is the fact that when I read about the Seychelles and India, there's so many parallels. There's so many parallels. Like it's I think it's a case in caution for us. Yeah. But go ahead, Kevon. Give the people a hint of what's happening.
So, in the Seychelles, there's a case where there are fully vaccinated persons. More of its population is fully vaccinated and against coronavirus than any other country. They've closed schools, they've canceled sporting events for 2 weeks as infections are now surging. The measures, which includes ban on intermingling of households and the early closure of bars, come as the country has fully vaccinated more than 60% of its adult population with 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccines. The curbs are similar to those last imposed at the end of 2020. Despite all of the exceptional efforts we are making, the COVID-19 situation in our country is critical right now. With many daily cases reported last week, Peggy Vidat, the nation's health minister, said at a press conference on Tuesday, the Indian Ocean I could never say that word, still, archipelago, which has a population of about 98,000 persons, is dependent on tourism for much of its foreign exchange, and acted quickly to begin vaccinations in January using a donation of Chinese vaccines from the United Arab Emirates. It has procured other vaccines since then. By April 12th, 59% of the doses administered were Sinopharm vaccines, and the rest were Covishield, a version of AstraZeneca's PLC shot made under the license in India. To date, 62.2% of its population is fully vaccinated, according to the Bloomberg vaccine tracker. That compares with 55.9% for Israel, the next most vaccinated nation. The numbers for active cases in the nation rose to 1,068 on May 3rd from 612 on April 28th. So almost doubled in the span of like a week. Of those cases, 84% are, oh boy, Seychellois. I don't know if that's the name. I don't know if I said it right. And the rest are foreigners. So, yeah, it's a stressful situation.
Anyway, but yeah, I think that again, one of the things, and first and foremost, like, yeah, but first and foremost, I'm really hoping for an improvement in the situation for the people of the Seychelles and the people of India and some of these like really hard hit countries and nations, man. Like it I think we have to understand that we here in St Kitts Nevis we're coming from a place of privilege when we take in a lot of this information. Like we have a very privileged position here.
Very.
And understanding that we really should seek to try and empathize with the situation in some of these other countries, because it ain't easy. You know, in regards to Seychelles, like, I do believe that it is important for us to look at this example, because what it is saying to me is that high vaccination rates alone does not guarantee the safety of the population.
Has to keep with the measures.
So
all the people were saying, well, when we're vaccinated, we need to get rid of all the measures. Okay.
Well, in about that, like for me, this is one of the things that I have been saying all along is this idea of touting the vaccine as this savior. I think that is that's short-sighted and misleading. I don't like there's a feeling from a lot of people that all we need is herd immunity, and here we're back to normal and things.
That's not it. Please don't.
They're touting that one of the things that the spread is being attributed to is the Easter gatherings that they had there, that they're now saying were super spreader events. We had in India, we had the Festival of Lights, and of course the huge political gatherings that took place there, as being now, in hindsight, being some of the things that contributed to the high rise in cases. Like we need to fully take in what these examples are telling us. Like we can't lapse, because as soon as you lapse,
that's when things go bad.
Yeah, and this is not saying that lapsing includes things like locking down the country and not opening up the borders and these things, but we are going to have to recognize what risk we're willing to take, and then what we are going to do to minimize the effects of those actions. So if we going to, just like we open up the country and thing, to flights and stuff like that, but we still having some sort of some measures that limit things like public gatherings, that they're still encouraging us to sanitize, to wear masks, to these things. Like, we're gonna have to figure out what the full is. I like I said it here before. I don't like this narrative that's being put up by some people that like all we needed to do was hold on for the vaccine. Hold on for the vaccine, everything be good. Like never like that, yo.
Because we see in bigger countries that's not the case.
Even before we see anything, like to me that just didn't make no sense. That just didn't make no sense. Like
the vaccine is a great.
The necessity of it
is more of assistance.
But the necessity of it is not is in no way degraded, right? But we have to understand one.
It's more than just a vaccine.
One, we don't know exactly what our particular case going to present. There's a lot of different variables, right? So, for instance, like not only how slowly we are able to implement some of the changes and relaxing some of the policies. There's things like one of the things that we're seeing is when there's a intersection of like even public holidays and festivals and stuff like that with the, let's say, the change in behaviors, we see spikes happening. Even in cases where there's high vaccination. So like these are the things that we're gonna have to bear in mind as we move forward. Like I don't know how we get past, but at the same time the examples are very telling. Very telling. I'm very happy that I'm not the one of the people who have to go ahead and make these decisions.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do.
I think give me Kevon.
It's true. Yeah, I was saying because not me and that.
Yeah, but
there's some crazy decisions to make. But
we're going to monitor the situation though and report back if there's any changes.
Cause they're going back on lockdown.
Well, yeah, and India's still falling apart.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But Kevon, what else do we have? Because talking about is depressing.
Let's talk about something more fun and like I suppose.
Yeah.
So I may know how to say. Yeah. So a woman gives birth to 9 babies.
One time?
God bless that womb, bye.
One time.
God bless that womb.
Same time.
A young woman in Mali gave birth to 9 babies on Tuesday, joining a very rare club of mothers to nannuplets. That's what you call 9 babies all born at once.
Let me tell you something, right? 9, one time. You have 9 new people.
Hey, you know, all I studying about is Panama City studying about, but never again, yo.
Well, never again. They don't need to. Wait, never again.
Here we were trying for one.
No, because some people will be like, okay, but I got 9, just get one round it off, but you take the chance.
No, boy, next thing I got next 9.
Next year, it'll be 13.
You see, there's some people who get twins, go back for one, and end up with like triplets, quadruplets, like.
Yeah, well, imagine, but watch your hip. This family built, some people want big families, but they have to go back.
Yeah.
One shot. Family one time.
One shot.
God bless the womb, I tell you. God bless the
womb. Let me tell you something, right? I'm thinking about all of this. It is amazing to have 9 kids one time.
9. First of all, it's amazing to have 9 kids, but all at once.
Will all those kids fit? Like what?
So so let's go through it.
It could barely count to 9.
The miraculous
try to see if all of them
of the 25-year-old Halima has fascinated people over in the West African country. So in fact, when doctors in March advised her that she needed specialist care, authorities flew her to Morocco, where she then gave birth. So the mother and all of the newborns are doing well.
That's the most important thing.
5 girls and 4 boys. They're all doing well, which is what the Mali health minister said. And her babies are expected to return home in a few weeks.
You have to go home with 9 people,
Sibi also offered her congratulations to the medical team, whose professionalism over the procedure and birth were great.
I like that boy going States to go deliver. I better go Morocco.
But here's the funny part. So she was originally believed to be carrying septuplets, which is seven babies.
And then you find
she was originally believed to be carrying septuplets, which is a set of 7 babies. But this was because doctors had missed 2 babies in an ultrasound examination conducted in both Mali and Morocco.
Oh my gosh.
So you whole time you're there thinking, man, I got hold 7, and then you're ending up with an extra 2.
What?
Blessings upon blessings, yeah. But I just thinking about like, if the doctors had missed 2 in the womb when they're running around, how you gonna make sure everybody good like when they start to run and so?
You have to monitor 9 new people.
How you gonna decide? How, anyway the family going, you got to start getting everybody ready like an hour before.
1 hour? No, boy, way more than that. As in 9 people, I get Jade ready an hour before. And he's 1.
No. I mean an hour before the leaving time that you would need the one child, you probably need to start gathering everybody, not getting them ready, but just gathering them together. Like, hey, let's go. Like an hour before, Like
I really can't imagine having 9 new babies at
9
one time to take care of 9.
Maybe if you have 4 or 5 wives. If you have 4 or 5 wives, 9 babies go up. But one wife, one time.
So somebody's asking if it was assisted conception or natural. The article didn't state.
No, it was natural. I went and did some other research. Like it was natural. She wasn't an IV trial.
Y'all need to these 2 people need to be studied, okay? Because one egg, 9 people.
It ain't 1 egg. No, it's 9 eggs.
Sorry.
9 eggs.
1 sperm?
No, billions and billions of sperm and 9 eggs.
Yeah, but ain't 1 owner, because then it's different sperm.
No, so so what you're thinking about is like,
but you need to go read the naughty book.
So let's break it down. So
I know what happened to me.
What you're thinking about is like in the case of twins. So with twins, there's 2 types. There's fraternal twins and identical twins. Fraternal, 2 eggs happen to get fertilized at the same time. So 2 completely separate children are being born.
Right.
Identical twins is where the one egg then splits itself into 2 and now becomes 2 children, two identical children. So that's how twins work. In her case, it seems as though
9 eggs.
It was
9 eggs were released.
9 eggs. Because there's some cases as well with persons who give birth to like quintuplets and stuff. They would tell you, you had twins and you also had.
Right, so there'd be a mixture of like,
because the doctors would be able to see if children are paired in sacks. If they're paired in the sacks, they are identical twins.
Twins, yeah.
I would be so afraid to have sex again, right? If I was these 2 people, I would be so afraid to even.
So you want to tell me the woman and just tell them, watch you tire forever, I got tire for 1 time down there?
Yeah, well, you don't need to sleep forever because.
Just check out everything.
Oh my gosh.
That is
the things that I have to think about because speaking from experience, right? Giving birth to 1 child is a task in itself, but you have to lay there and push out 9 different people. Then you have to name 9 different people.
I don't tell you alphabet, yeah.
Then you have to feed them. You have to clothe them. You have to.
You have to take care of 9 different people.
This is very rare also, it is actually extremely rare.
Yeah.
The first set of nanoplets.
So at that point, they call him a little?
I was thinking about it because this is very close to what Puppy is doing now. I was like, this like Puppy.
The first set were born in the 1970s. However, the first reported set, they were born in the 1970s, but none of the babies survived, which is the case with these large pregnancies.
Oh, yikes.
I guess none because survived from that batch.
The first try that wasn't really equipped to handle it. It is. It was the first time. Oh, jeez. That's so sad, bro.
Yeah, but now she's good. All the babies are well.
That is the important thing.
To be under special care.
She's probably going to need more 5 nannies.
Brothers and sisters, I come in. Uncle take 2. Sis, take 1. But hey, like for me, I see this as a blessing still.
You
Like
have to breastfeed 9 people? Oh my God.
see that as a blessing still, guys. Like and my main thing when I was reading this article was like everybody healthy. Like
How did she move around?
that's the thing about it.
How did she move? How did she physically move around? She must have been on bed rest. Because a belly with 9 people, she had to be on bed rest. Bro, imagine 9 people kicking you. 9 different people kicking you.
I feel at some point they were just kicking each other because they couldn't even find two.
There's so many things that I'm thinking about because with pregnancy. Imagine you just getting kicked all day by 9.
You studying more than?
Yes, because it hurts.
I studying about the savings they got to put in for that birthday.
Oh, my mother's a birthday party for 9 people. Happy for her. And I'm glad it's not me. Better her than me. She more equipped today with this than me, I feel like.
That's a God don't give you more than you could be, you know.
He definitely know not to do that to me.
Wow.
I can't even keep up with one little toddler. Imagine having
Man,
to
if you had more, you'd have find a way, man. Don't study that.
Find a way for 9, Azem?
You'd have find a way.
For 2, okay, maybe. For 3,
you'll find a way, man. You'll find a way. Don't study that.
Congratulations to her.
You'll find a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, congratulations to her for sure.
It could be worse. It could have been 12.
Oh, boy.
I physically want to talk about that.
But guys, like time is running us down on this lovely. But today is Thursday for real, bye.
And tomorrow, just like that, the week is finished. Just like that.
Monday and holiday again.
No. But I think there's a holiday in May coming up though.
Yeah. There's one coming up.
With the
28 or 29, something like that.
No, not so. I think it's the 24th because the reason I know it is around that time is because we have an event the 23rd, which is a Sunday, and it's the long weekend. So I think it's the
24th. Yeah.
Yeah. And tomorrow on the show we have Samuel. And
I think that's with Monday actually.
Oh, I just know it's a holiday.
That's what I tell you. People don't study what the holiday be.
We don't know this as
Oh my gosh, ridiculous.
Yes.
The 24th.
The 20th.
Yeah,
See,
with
I
Monday.
know it was the 24th. Yeah, and tomorrow's show we have Mr. Samuel, and he will be joined by, I think it's the Old Road Jets. They sponsor the team, so they want to talk about, you know, the partnership, the collaboration, doing good things with the youth. So tune in tomorrow for that one. That one should be a good one. I mean, all of them are good ones because you're here every day, so it must be.
Yeah, but guys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Really appreciate it. Day by day, you guys come here and listen to us. And if you listen to us for the first time, hopefully you come back.
And if you don't, we
yeah, big up to yourself too. But
yeah,
it's all love here. It's all love. It's all love. But yeah, guys. Again, make sure you check us on Facebook. WINNMedia SKN. Same thing on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, and on Instagram. It's ILNT You could get lots of information, banners, clips. Some of the favorite clips are, put there, so you could always go back and check it out. If you want to see Kevon's faces that he makes that are priceless every day, just go and check it out.
Also, you can advertise with us if you have things that you want the nation to know about. Contact us. It's sales@WINNMedia SKN, or you can call me. I won't give out my number, but you can find it somewhere.
What?
Yeah, because I don't want everybody calling me.
They're like the people who just be like, if you want the price, message me.
Yeah, message DM
DM for price.
DM, you could DM the ILNT page, you can call WINNMedia, you can message WINNMedia's page. All those things I will see them, but yeah, don't call me unless you really need to talk to me.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna actually just end it off here, and get the rest. So you could get the rest of the day going. Unfortunately, without us.
Yeah.
But I just want to turn it over now to the Duke of Forgive Me himself, the Chapstick Don, the Prosecco Papi. There you go. Slim God himself, aka Man with the $1 million smile, Kevon Hanley. Let's let him take it in. Let him take it in. Yeah. Ah, lovely.
White, bright. Why you should let's go? As in missy workers.
Okay.
Just let him get out. Let him get out.
Wait, one more.
Let him get. There it is. It's $1 million smile, Jade. The people who are listening on the radio missing it. I don't even understand how they could.
Okay, well I'm leaving where y'all watch Kevon smile for the
Okay, so you can't be everybody's cup. You can't be everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah, no, we can't even pronounce words.
It's not. I'm
See you guys.
tomorrow.